himself live in the flesh. It's a pleasure to meet you, Halo. Damn, so like what he be like doing on a day-to-day basis? Like how his day go?
You guys, this one's messy. Halle Bailey just went off on her ex, DDG, for putting their son, Halo, on a Twitch stream without her consent. She wasn't just mad, she was talking about boundaries, postpartum struggles, and feeling blindsided. And to top it off, it all went down while she was out of town. This isn't just any co-parenting issue, it's full-on drama involving two big names. Let's dive right into what went down and why Halle feels DDG crossed a major line.
There we go, good.
Hey. Hi. You want it back?
So, let's rewind a bit. Last month, DDG, known for his hit Moonwalking in Calabasas, publicly announced that he and Halle had broken up. On October 3rd, he shared the news in a heartfelt Instagram story. He wrote, "After much reflection and heartfelt conversations, Halle and I have decided to go our separate ways. The decision was not easy, but we believe it's the best path forward for both of us." Now, this wasn't some messy split where they dragged each other online. DDG actually kept it respectful, saying that they still had a deep love for each other and that they'd remain best friends. They wanted to focus on themselves and their roles as co-parents to Halo. But now, barely a month later, co-parenting is already hitting some rough waters. For those who don't know, Halle and DDG started dating in early 2022. They went Instagram, official in March of that year when DDG posted a sweet birthday tribute to Halle, making it clear things were serious. Fast forward, and they announced the birth of their son, Halo, in January 2024 after months of speculation. Halle was over the moon, sharing her joy on Instagram and writing, "The greatest thing that 2023 could have done for me was bring me my son. Welcome to the world, my Halo." DDG too couldn't hold back, telling his followers on YouTube, "Me and Halle had a baby together. She's amazing." He was praising her as an incredible mom and talked about how they were both learning together as new parents. But co-parenting comes with its challenges, and this latest drama definitely shows the struggle. So here's where things took a turn. Halle was out of town when she found out that DDG had their son, Halo, on a live Twitch stream with Kai Cenat. This wasn't just any live stream. Kai's platform has millions of viewers. Halle wasn't notified beforehand, and she was not okay with her 11-month-old being in the public eye like that. She took to X, formerly Twitter, to voice her frustration, posting, "I am out of town, and I don't approve of my baby being on a stream tonight." That was only the beginning. Halle followed up by emphasizing that she's his mother and protector, making it clear that boundaries were crossed, especially since she wasn't there. But that wasn't all Halle had to say. She went deeper, addressing something a lot of people might not know about her. She's been dealing with severe postpartum challenges. In her follow-up tweet, Halle wrote, "As a woman experiencing severe postpartum, there are boundaries that I wish to be respected. This wasn't just about the live stream. It was about feeling like her personal struggles and limits weren't being respected." She's been vocal before about her struggles with postpartum since Halo's birth, talking about how she sometimes can't be away from her son for more than 30 minutes without feeling anxious. So imagine her shock seeing her baby's face live streamed to millions while she's not even there. The moment Halle posted, her fans rallied behind her. They totally understood her frustration. One fan tweeted, "Boundaries are important, especially during such a sensitive time. Hope they can work things out." Fans saw this for what it was, more than just co-parenting tension. For them, it was about a mother's need for respect and boundaries, especially when dealing with mental health challenges. However, not everyone saw it this way. Some folks thought Halle should have kept it offline.
All the time, like he do extra. He a regular baby just like everybody else. But he do be clip pharmacy.
He do?
Want the bottle?
Did you just what?
And here's where things got interesting. Some people actually accused Halle of being hypocritical. Why? Because she's posted pictures and videos of Halo before on her own social media accounts. One DDG fan commented, "If she posts her kid on Twitter or IG, she's like doing the same thing." But here's the thing, Halle posting her son on her own terms isn't quite the same as DDG putting him on a massive Twitch livestream without her knowing. As some fans pointed out, the issue wasn't about Halo being online, it was about Halle not being informed. This was a bigger platform, with millions of people tuning in. and not one that either parent fully controlled. Meanwhile, DDG hasn't publicly addressed Halle's frustrations, but it was clear from the stream and his follow-up tweet that he saw no issue with it. He even thanked Kai Cenat for the gifts he gave Halo during the stream, posting, "W gifts me and Halo appreciate, bro." To DDG, it seemed like he was just sharing a bonding moment with his son on a popular platform. Maybe, in his mind, he didn't think it was that deep. But for Halle, who was out of the loop, it felt like a huge breach of trust. And let's not forget, Kai Cenat's platform is a big deal. The exposure was on another level. After her initial posts, Halle seemed to have a change of heart. The next day, she posted an apology, admitting she might have overreacted. She tweeted, "Yesterday, maybe I did overreact and shouldn't have brought it here. I know that Halo is always safe with his dad." She acknowledged that while she trusts DDG with their son, what upset her was finding out alongside the rest of the world. She even thanked Kai for the gifts, adding, "I just don't like finding out with the rest of the world what my baby is doing. Thank you, Kai, for the gifts for Halo." So while she's standing by her right to boundaries, she's acknowledging that maybe Twitter wasn't the place for the confrontation. It's important to remember the context here. Halle's been open about her struggles with postpartum depression. She's admitted before that separating from Halo, even for short periods, can cause intense anxiety. This adds another layer to her reaction. When you're dealing with postpartum, challenges, control over your child's environment, and routines can feel like a lifeline. For Halle, seeing her son online unexpectedly was more than just annoying. It struck a deep nerve. Fans have expressed sympathy for her on this front, with many understanding that postpartum can make everything feel more intense. In a Snapchat post last April, Halle talked about how postpartum had affected her, saying, "I don't know if any new moms can relate, but it's to the point where it's really bad. It's clear she's been through a lot, and as a young mom, an actress, balancing everything can't be easy." Interestingly, Halle has praised DDG before for being a supportive dad. Back when they were still together, she shared how grateful she was for his presence and support. In a video, she called him the most amazing father and thanked him for how much he wanted to be part of Halo's life. But now, things have obviously changed. The dynamics of co-parenting, especially after a breakup, are complicated. DDG's decision to stream with Halo while Halle was out of town felt like a violation to her, and it's no surprise she reacted. After Halle's apology, fans had mixed reactions. Some appreciated her taking accountability and recognizing how difficult co-parenting can be. Others felt she didn't need to apologize at all. They believed her reaction was valid and that her concerns about boundaries should have been respected in the first place. One fan tweeted, "She doesn't need to. She had every right to be upset." Others, however, felt like Halle was playing both sides by putting it online and then backtracking. As you can see, the internet has no shortage of opinions on this. This whole situation raises questions about kids' privacy, especially when their parents are in the public eye. With DDG being a rapper and Halle a major actress, there's always going to be a spotlight on them and their child. But how do you balance wanting to share moments with fans and respecting the child's right to privacy? For Halle, it's clear she wants more control over Halo's exposure to the public. And considering she deactivated her social media accounts after her outburst, it seems like she's still figuring out how to handle the pressures of fame as a new mom. When it came to this livestream controversy, fans had a lot to say, and as you might expect, opinions were all over the place. Some felt like Halle's reaction was justified, especially given her struggles with postpartum depression. One fan shared their support, saying, "As a mother who is not with my child's father, I absolutely understand her. There needs to be communication, respect, and boundaries when it comes to the parents' wishes for their child, especially a mother who is going through postpartum depression. They do not understand how much just putting our children on social media for everyone to see can affect us until they are the ones going through it." But others weren't exactly buying Halle's frustration. They pointed out that both parents have already shared pictures of Halo publicly, so why was this live stream different? One person questioned, not taking his side, but what's the difference? Between posting the baby constantly and the baby being on stream? Either way, he's on the internet. Is it because they aren't together anymore? So, where do you think Halle and DDG go from here? Will they set up new rules for co-parenting? Or is this the start of more issues? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay updated on all the drama. And if you're ready for more celeb co-parenting issues, click on our next video where we dive into other celebs who went head-to-head over how much their kids should be in the spotlight. You won't want to miss this one. And it looks like all this might actually be true, because in the leaked messages from his group chat with his fans, he was actually talking about Coi Leray a lot and even said the reason why her album flopped was because she stopped messing with him. Mind you, he barely has any hits, and the one semi-hit he has to his name was thanks to a TikTok trend. You just can't make this up. He was also talking about how he would love to sleep with Ice Spice, but Ice wasn't giving him a chance because of what he has going on with Halle. There was even a message where he told his fans how excited he was to go to an event because Coi was going to be there. He said, "My baby Coi was there too. Hopefully I run into her so I can tell her how amazing she is." In another message, he said, "Coi should have stayed friends with me. She would have sold more." He then proceeded to talk about Ice Spice by saying, "Not going to lie, Ice Spice like that. Like, damn, she in her mood." Ice Spice, really the GOAT, is crazy. But this wasn't even the worst of it, y'all. Because in the other messages, he blatantly said he regrets sleeping with Halle. Ever since they became a thing, it's been hard for him to get with any of the women he likes since they all see him as baby daddy. And the few ones who do like him are not the ones that he wants. "I got so many girls hitting me up. I knew that stinky line would make the girls like me again. Such a naughty girl. I kind of wish I wasn't effing everything in the past, because now I can't work with certain people without worrying about her tripping." Antisocial Back also revealed that when Halle was filming The Little Mermaid, DDG was cheating on her like crazy because he was paranoid about her and her co-star Jonah Howard. Interview. And this is actually believable because, if y'all remember, he was crashing out back when the movie was released, and even made a whole song talking about how he felt insecure about her kissing Jonah in the movie. In the song, he rapped, "Hardest thing I did was fall in love with the famous bee. Sometimes I feel so defeated, broken hearts repeated. You say I love you, did you mean it? Why don't I believe it? I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to get to the top. Filming a new movie? You kissing dudes, you know I love you a lot. I don't give a F if that. S is for promo. I don't want to see this S no mo. Why is you holding hands in the photo? You know I'm insecure, that's a no-no." And if that wasn't bad enough, he also accused Halle of cheating with Jonah during his recent rant on Twitch. To make matters worse, he sent messages to his fans in the group chat around the time The Little Mermaid came out. In the chat, he was telling his fans how he was going to start cheating on Halle because he suspected she was messing with Jonah. The messages read, "Caught Halle cheating. I'm going to get so reckless with these girls. People don't even know the real, I'm just out here taking the fall for none. For real. That white boy going to be non-existent in 2 months max. They care about me, LOL. They'll pair her up with anybody as long as it ain't me." In fact, people believe that one of the women he was cheating on Halle with was Ruby Rose and Bea. Yep, you heard that right. I mean, we already knew the tea about him and Ruby, but Bea was definitely not on anyone's bingo card. Apparently, he and Bea had something going on even before he got with Halle, but they started messing with each other again when Halle was pregnant. Bea even gave him a sloppy in the studio. Not only that, but the whole time Halle was pregnant, DDG was allegedly telling his group chat that he was single. Interview, it was a cow. It's a mess now. Some of y'all might be wondering why this woman decided to put DDG on blast like this out of nowhere. Well, it's because for the last few days he has been dragging her for not allowing him to spend time with Halo. Mind you, the only reason she didn't want him around Halo was because the boy was sick. But DDG, being the clout chaser he is, decided to bring all this to the internet instead of talking things out with her. And now, he is getting exposed for cheating. All this could have been avoided if he didn't try to embarrass Halle. One person said, "Let me get this straight. DDG was letting strangers in a Twitter GC talk about the mother of his child and brag about cheating on her after her pregnancy, and he's mad at her for saying he isn't allowed in her house." Another person said, "DDG is a loser, Tailman, cause what the hell do you mean you created a group chat with your fans talking ish about your baby mama?" But now, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about DDG getting exposed for cheating? And do y'all think this is why Halle left him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video. Halle insisted that the reason why her nose looked big was because she's black, but she never directly denied being pregnant, which fueled the rumors even more. Somebody said, "She's definitely pregnant. I just hope they don't break up when the baby turns 1 month old, like all the other celebrities do." At this point, some people were beginning to believe the reason she was trying so hard to hide the pregnancy was because she was ashamed of herself for getting pregnant by DDG. As I said before, he was actively cheating on her before she got pregnant. Maybe she feels the need to stay with him because they had a baby together. Anyway, these rumors got gassed up a few days ago after people started speculating that he had given birth. It all started when Halle posted a video on her Snapchat of her and DDG making cupcakes for Christmas with the caption, "We're getting the hang of it." However, what really got people's attention was the way she struggled to get up. She was holding onto the chair and the table really tight, like how any woman would when they just gave birth. Some people even described it as the postpartum walk. Now, I ain't going to lie to y'all, I definitely felt the same way when I saw this. Halle looked like she was being very gentle with herself and not really trying to do too much with her body. Even though DDG hasn't explicitly said Halle was pregnant, sources from his camp have confirmed that she was pregnant and has had her baby. Apparently, her child was kept very secret because she didn't want anything leaked to the media. She's scared of all the hate her and her baby will receive. She also just doesn't want to go through what Beyoncé went through when Blue Ivy was born. Everybody on the internet dragging Blue Ivy for her looks. Now, it's unclear why DDG would confirm these rumors when he knows very well Halle isn't ready to tell the world just yet. But a lot of people weren't surprised, because this isn't the first time he's done something like this. Back in November, when she was still pregnant, he posted some videos of him and he on vacation. Some people slowed down the videos, and you can clearly see he's pregnant belly on full display. I don't know about y'all, but there's no way DDG didn't see that before he posted the video. It seems like he's ready to tell the world about their child, but Halle's still hesitant. This whole situation is a hot mess, and at this point, I don't even think Halle needs to do an official reveal of her baby, because DDG has already done that without her